Greetings, leaders. How are you today? This is John here, and I'm very happy to be talking to you once again through our channel, Biblical Leadership Institute. Today, interestingly, we're going to take a small tangent from our usual 10-part series and focus on something that's very key, a principle that's not necessarily a leadership principle, but can play a pivotal role in the success of a leader. Yes, if you had guessed it right from the title of this video, we are going to talk about finding the right spouse. I cannot wait to share what I have in mind. So together, let's walk the aisle. Oh. Whenever I talk to young people, one of the most common questions that I get asked is how to choose a spouse. With all the distractions and the options available today, it's very difficult to focus on what exactly our heart's yearning is and to narrow down on that person. Now, if there is a magic formula, I would be very happy to share with you all. Unfortunately, there is none. So what I'm planning to do today is to talk about my experience, how I dealt with this 13 years ago when this wonderful thing happened in my life. Probably my experiences could help you draw some inspirations. Before getting into that, the most talked about things when choosing a spouse is love, romance, and glamour, etc. But generally, people tend to forget the most important glue that holds all these together is respect. Now, a couple that respects each other go a long way. It's respect which is the foundation on which your love and romance and glamour and all these things are built upon. So I based my methodology on the concept of respect and started evaluating what are the qualities in others that make me respect them or makes me attracted towards them. And we are leaders and we look at everything strategically. So I did the same thing. I took a chart and drew these 3 blocks. Now the first block is called default. Now the definition of default is a list of qualities that every person on the face of the earth should possess. There are no exceptions. You cannot compromise on these. Things like integrity, honesty, kindness, non-discrimination. These are all qualities that every human on the earth should possess. There are no exceptions. The second block that I have is called must-have. The definition of must-have is the list of qualities that you admire in a person, the traits that are inborn, cannot be easily acquired or lost. The difference between the qualities that are in must-have versus default is that the must-have qualities need not be universal, which means not everyone on the face of the earth should necessarily possess them. These are individual traits, the strengths that individuals have. Things like ambitious. There are people who are very ambitious, but not necessarily everyone needs to be ambitious. And some people really admire that quality in others, that I want to marry a person who's very ambitious. I like that quality when they are constantly on the chase, on the run, that keeps them busy. That's something that people admire. On the other hand, some people do not like that. Some people like, my spouse ought to be very slow-paced, content, easygoing. Among these two, there's nothing better than each other. Both are individual traits, and these are qualities that are inborn and cannot be acquired or lost. The third block that I have, I would like to call it nice to have. Now, these are traits or skills that can be acquired or can be lost in certain situations too. Things like beauty, wealth, college degrees, physical attributes like tall, complexion, etc. Skills like great singer, dancer, musician, etc. So you can put whatever nice to have that can be acquired or lost. in one's life. Now, once you put a chart like this, you would see that you would already know what makes you respect a person. The one thing that we need to make sure is that we check all the boxes in our default and in must have, because these are qualities that we can never compromise, and these are qualities that you yearn for and that makes you attracted and respect a particular person. So make sure to check all of them. Now on the nice to have block, these are qualities that are optional because these can be acquired. These are very superficial things that are glamorous and attractive at the outset, but does not make you respect that person. So, which means you can look for those over and above the ones that are in the default and in the must have block. Now, if you ask me, the reason for people having a tough time in their life is because they literally swap these things. Now, what is supposed to be default becomes a nice to have, and what is nice to have, all these superficial things that can come and go, suddenly become their default. They look for only those nice to have, and when they find a person who has some of those qualities, they get attracted later only to realize what they yearn for or what they respect in another person. Those qualities are possibly missing. It is extremely critical for young people to have a clear picture of this chart, especially the default and must-haves. These are the ones that would make you happy. These are the ones that would make you respect your spouse more and more. And when you choose those that excel in these qualities. Another important advice I want to give you is there are a lot of fakes around. You know what a fake is? A fake is the one that has all the nice to haves that you look for and none of the must haves and defaults. So mostly people fall for nice to haves thinking they've hit a jackpot only to realize later the qualities that they want are missing, which eventually ends in lack of respect, which means the foundation itself is not strong and everything collapses. So young people, I pray that God gives you wisdom to evaluate this chart and to come up with the right qualities that you value most and focus on things that are important for a happy married life. Now, saying that, I have a very interesting announcement to make. We have a new website, biblicalleadershipinstitute.org. This website contains all the videos, blog posts, and very specifically, it also has forums and instant chat. So if you have questions that you want to post to everybody, go ahead into our forums and you can start chatting with everyone. I'll put the link in the description. You can even do a personal chat with me there. Honestly, I cannot promise you that I can instantly respond 24/7. I will make my best efforts to respond as soon as possible. You can even email us from the contact us form. I would recommend you to have an anonymous profile, which makes both of us comfortable. I would be able to answer your questions and help you without knowing who the person on the other side is, which is very safe in a virtual environment like this. So I'm very happy to announce the launch of our website. It's loaded with features. Go in, sign up, and engage yourself in all the discussions, and together let's be a blessing to all the people around us. And until we meet in a video like this is John signing off. God bless you.